Good morning, everybody. How are we doing on this gorgeous Monday morning? Is it gorgeous? It's all right, isn't it? We're alive. Okay, so this past week particularly, I always get messages from people asking me, what does this mean? What does that mean? What does my dream mean? What does this angel number mean? I've got activity in my house. What does this mean? So I thought I'd do a little chat on it. But this week particularly, I've had loads of people saying to me, we're seeing more signs, we're seeing this, we're seeing that. What does it mean? So collectively, we are waking up at last. We are waking up. So there are going to be many more people, morning Gemma, many more people seeing symbols and seeing different signs from the spirit world, from the universe, from deities. Morning Polly, from whoever and whatever you fancy there. Morning Erin. So collectively we are waking up. Now this is a lot to do with the planet Uranus and the Aquarian energy that we're moving into this year. So we're going to see even more people waking up, which is going to be super amazing. The internet has a massive stay on this. Morning Sarah, morning Penny, and particularly, you know, people are freely posting now. Since TikTok really has come out, there's a lot more than what there ever was on Instagram and on Facebook and Reddit. Reddit you get quite a lot, to be honest. But it seems that morning Paul, morning Helen, and I can see without my glasses. It seems that a lot more is going out there now. A lot more is being revealed, and we are going to see more revelations. Let me tell you, definitely throughout the year, because we have that Aquarian energy that's going to be morning Stacey. That's going to be awakening people and making people kind of ask themselves, like, where we've had all this control over the last few years, like, what was it all for? So I think more and more people are waking up this week particularly, and I'm going to be sharing, I've done some videos already for the moon's energy this week. It will be on SPTV first, and then it will be all over my stuff. So you'll see what's going on with the moon. But basically the beginning part of the moon, we're moving into Pisces energy. No, we're not. Scorpio moon, Pisces in Venus and Pisces in Neptune, and a Scorpio moon. So water signs. Now these are very deep signs, these are very emotional signs, very psychic signs. Morning Patty, morning Laura, morning Leandra. So these are, you might find your dreams are really, really powerful this week, particularly today and tomorrow. Maybe last night's as well. So you're going to be getting a lot more symbols, a lot more signs. Now let's go to dreams then. Let's go to dreams of our symbols and signs. So dreams are very personal, all right? Now you have lots of books that will say, oh, it means this and it means that. Somebody's done that and it's a little bit generic, you know, but it's a little bit like a tarot card. You've got the basic meaning, you've got the generic meaning, but when you tune into that person's energy, it can mean completely different. It can mean something, the fundamental, the basic is going to be there, but then there's a layer on top of something completely different. That's the same with dreams. You can get all the dream books in the world that you want, but actually only you can really interpret it, because only you feel it. So when you're dreaming, get in the habit, there's two things here, get into the habit of feeling the dream. Now it is a bit exhausting because you end up doing what's it called, what's that dream when you're kind of half awake? It's not vivid dream, it's not livid dream, but you know what I mean, when you're kind of awake. So you're in control, and control freaks would find this a lot easier. I found it pretty easy, to be fair. I'm not saying anything, and I'm just going to pop these on for some more hellos there. Interesting, I'm always angry in my dreams. Ooh, Stacey. Oh, okay. Morning, Lewis. Morning, Caroline. Thank you for sharing. Morning, Julie. Morning, everybody that's coming in there. Morning, Laura. Lucid. Well done, Polly. That's it. Lucid dreaming. So lucid dreaming. Morning, Julie. Lucid dreaming is when you can, when you're kind of staying awake. You can control your dreams, basically. So you're asleep, but you're a little bit awake, so you can start to manipulate your dreams. It is exhausting, but it's quite fun at the same time. So in that lucid state, you can get to really feel something. Now, you don't often remember the whole part of the dream, remembering parts of the dream, unless you wake up in the middle of the night and write things down in a dream journal, which is so advisory. I've done a million times where I'm woke up and it's so clear, and I'm like, I'm definitely going to remember that. I don't need to roll over and get up and write it down. It's so clear. And then I wake up and I can't remember a thing. And it's so weird. So, but the feeling, you can remember the feeling of something. Now, what's Paul put there? Neptune and Venus will be conjunct on the 15th of Wednesday. Yeah, so actually it's a good though because it's in Pisces, Paul. So because it's in Pisces, it softens it. It makes it a bit easier. So that conjunction isn't quite as hard. But it will bring up... oh, what do I want to call it? It will bring up maybe illusions to the surface. If people have been a bit too fantasy in their life, it will bring up that. But the Pisces energy and the Scorpio moon will slightly soften that conjunction. Anyway, morning, Paul. Anyway, so... what was I saying? Yeah, so get to, in that lucid state, get to feel it. So if in your dream you feel happy, you feel sad, you feel that something is going to work out all right, you feel that there's a resolution, you feel that there is a change. If you're not going to remember the whole dream, try and remember just that feeling part. And then when you wake up, you'll go, I know that felt like it was a change, or I know that felt like it was going to work out. So whatever is going on in your life, that's what dreams are reflective of. So Stacey, if you're dreaming that there's a lot of anger, that's going to be something to do with yourself. Perhaps there's inner anger in yourself. You might have to work a little bit more on your shadow side. You might have to deal with things that you're just not happy about. When we dream about other people, they usually, unless it's a visitation from someone that's died, these other people are a part of ourselves. They're a reflective part of ourselves usually. Nothing is a complete dead cert. Nothing is exact. So there's always a grey area in every single thing that you do, and every single meaning, even to like people say everything happens for a reason. I don't think it does. There's a grey area in that. It's not as clear cut. So even in dreams, when I'm saying like every person in your dream is a part of you, there's a little grey area, and that grey area we don't know until we're dead. We're not going to know. So there's some things in life we just never going to find out. But that grey area, I don't know. But most of the time, that's what I'm saying, most of the time something in your dream is it's going to be reflective of you or your day's state. Depending on things that you've sorted out in your life, if things are quite tickety-boo, if you've worked on yourself, if you've done a lot of shadow work, then your dreams will be, the message that's coming through will be quite light or day-to-day stuff. I've done readings for people where it's not very deep. They haven't got much going on in their life. Their lives are pretty tickety-boo, and they're just coming in just to see, and it's a little bit boring really, their readings, because there's no meat going in there. There's nothing going on in their life. They're just living their best life. So it tends to pick up on other people's stuff that might have a bit of drama going on if their own stuff is quite, calm there. So dreams are going to be the same. Dreams are going to be very deep and emotional and very meaningful if you've got that stuff going on. But if it's just day-to-day stuff, then it's going to be quite light things. But it is definitely a reflective part of you. So think about the feeling of it for sure. Think about, like I said, you can read a million books, but they're all done by someone else. So they're all very basic, very general. If you dream about a bird, it might mean this. Or if you dream about, I don't know, whatever. So go within yourself. You can ask yourself, you can train yourself if you sit in the power enough. But if you train yourself, you can actually interpret your own dreams anyway. And it's just time. And people haven't got time. They want to have a quick fix, don't they? They want to ask someone else to do it for them because they can't be bothered to sit in that time. But if you train yourself, it's a magical. And it's quite private as well and personal. Now, you can get all sorts of information from your dreams because it's that subconscious. So if at the moment your dreams are trying to tell you things, reoccurring dreams are very common at the moment because we're not listening, because we're not waking up properly, we're not listening to what the message is. So really try get in the habit of writing your dream messages down or going in your dream while you're asleep to try and feel it there. It might take a little bit of time if you're not done lucid dreaming before. But there is a message for sure in there, and it will be personal to you. If you're dreaming about dead people and you're aware that they're dead, that it's a visitation, they're coming to visit you. Morning Jane, morning Liz, morning Jeanette, Sarah. I feel my dreams lately have been cleaning up things from the past that I've been holding back. I'm waking up feeling a positive shift. Perfect. And that's the thing that you want to hold on to, not dissecting the dream itself, but waking up to how you feel. Stacey, I'm still angry at my mum for dying when I was 18. Can't come to peace with it. Oh, that's a shame, Stacey. I'm going to message you someone's details in a minute. Remind me. I'll be able to help with that. Erin, a lot of my dreams are naughty. I've been single for 6 years. Maybe it's telling me I need to get laid. Well, if that's what your dreams are telling you, maybe yes, there is some expression that you need to do there. And with the Scorpio moon, it's funny, isn't it, that we say sex is naughty when it's really natural. But with the Scorpio moon, you could be really feeling the sexy vibe tonight. I don't know. But yeah, maybe go out and meet someone. Morning Tracy, morning Paul there, morning Andrea. Jeanette, I do, but they're not very pleasant, more so or dead, or me being dead. But if it's yourself being dead, then there's something that you need to literally wake up in this world, like you're missing something, you're dying, it could be an ending that you need to make, or a closure that you need to make, or something to do with a change that you're not at peace with yet. But for me, it would be like you need to be waking yourself up, you're missing something there. Morning, Faye. So I'm not going to go into a massive amount of dream interpretations here, because that would just take me forever. But like I said, you can do it yourself. You can absolutely do it yourself. But it's important that you feel it yourself as well. It's really important that you go with what you feel, because I could say something and it'd be like, yeah, it makes a little bit of sense, but you need to really feel it there. Other messages I'm getting this week are angel numbers. So people are messaging me like, what does 444 mean? What does 1919 mean? What does 21 mean? What, la, la, la. I don't know all the numbers myself. I know some of them. So I have to Google, and I'm like, why don't they just Google? But I don't mind really, because I learn. When I Google, I learn. So it's interesting. And today's one from today's message was all about awakening, which is massive at the moment. It was all about reflection and going into yourself and stirring the stump and changing your vibration. Now, when you change your vibration, anyone that starts to wake up, anyone that starts to get onto their calling, whatever, I'm going to say spiritual pathway, whatever that is to you, that could be literally doing all the psychic and mediumship stuff, that could be doing the craft things, that could be doing charity work, spiritual. You know, it's spiritual. The word spiritual is loosely used too much, I think. For me, it means about following your own true path, being kind, being caring, be honouring yourself, being accountable for your own actions, being true to you, but ultimately being kind and caring, really, for the universe, for everyone, knowing that we're all part of that, knowing that everything we give out, we're collected to, but also personal responsibility. It's nothing to do with being a psychic or a medium, the word spiritual. Anyhow, so when you are following your spiritual journey, whatever that might be, you are waking yourself up, you're raising your vibration, you're in alignment with things. So things start to fall into place a lot easier. If you've got, we said this the other week, if you've got too many challenges, if too many blocks, it means you're not on the right path. It means that the universe is saying, what the fuck are you doing? Get off this road, go on a different direction. And we're going to keep making it harder until you actually listen to us. So when you're in your calling, when you're on the right pathway, everything is a lot smoother. But in that, your vibration raises. So you see things differently, you feel things differently, you become aware of more things. Some people become more aware of, depending on what that pathway is, you might, so I'm going to go with the traditional angel style pathway. You might see more angel numbers, the traditional spiritualist pathway, not spiritual, spiritualist. You might see like the dew on the trees a little bit more. You might see the colours will become a lot brighter. You might just feel different around people. You might not want to be with people that aren't the same vibration as you. The people that drain you, you might find that gets you even more, that drains you even more, or that you just don't want to be in certain people's company as long as what you did. So this is all part of an awakening. So in an awakening, in this numbers that people are seeing today, this morning that's sending me, it's all about like going deep within yourself and being accountable for your actions, reflecting and realizing, actually, I do want to do these things, I do want to change, I do want to make a difference, I do want to be happy, I do want to live a life that's a bit more peaceful rather than drama. So in that, you end up walking away from certain friendships. That's a massive thing with awakenings, that you end up, because your vibration changes, and it doesn't mean to say that you've got to fall out with them. It just means that you end up going on a different path, that you just see them less because that's the way your vibe is going there. So angel numbers are particularly strong there. Seeing lights, seeing little flashy lights, that's really a real strong sign of awakening. I know Cole said, and it happens normally when you're not even thinking about it, when you're relaxed, because when you're relaxed and when you're in a good place, your vibration is light, your vibration is calm. When you're in a dense place, when you're in a heavy place or in a negative place, your vibration is anger, your vibration is dense, it's darker, it's heavier. Now those energies around us will find it difficult to penetrate or to get to a darker, a denser energy. So when we are in a better mood, it's a lot more easier for them to connect. So we're going to see things better when we're in a better mood. Simply as that. When we're in a darker mood, we're going to see things that are going to cause us anger, are going to cause us pain, are going to cause us all the blocks, because like attracts like. Now I remember Cole saying to me once, he was on the hill, and he literally saw some elementals in the woods. There, he was relaxed, he was mucking about, just chilling, and in the distance, in the trees there, he saw some little twinkles and some little elementals. So when you are in that right space, you can see the most magical things there. And doors open, opportunities open if they're going to open, but everything just flows. Everything is just a lot easier. So if you find that you are struggling, or that you're maybe one of the people that drains everyone, maybe you're someone that just moans all day long, maybe you are in a position where you're with someone and they drain you and it's becoming more and more noticeable, then you're just waking up a little bit more then. If you are aware that you are the one, it's not to say you're not waking up, it's good. You're becoming accountable, you're becoming more aware, and you won't want that, so you'll start to do things to change. So there's a huge lot of waking up at the moment. Let me see what messages I've got. So symbols, angel numbers are a classic, or seeing repeated numbers, whether it's on the back of a number plate or whether it's a bingo or whatever. Morning, Katie. Penny, I see a lot of angel numbers. Yeah, I do. On your phone, how many times does it say 444 or 111? I love it there. Erin, I never knew it was possible to control my dreams. My dreams are so weird. Yeah, honestly, Erin, if you're if you're a control freak, it's a lot easier. I found it pretty easy, like I said. Stacey, 1717 or 1818. Yeah, it's duplicate of numbers. It's like repetitive numbers there. And then have a little research. Do your research and find out what it actually means there. Faye, yes, I've definitely been seeing the number 3 more recently. So threes, in numerology, 3 is communication, 3 is teamwork. In the tarot, it is a collaboration, it is a milestone. So it could be that you're coming to a milestone. It might be that you are collaborating with people. Erin, it could be that a teamwork is going to work better for you more than individual there. And it's very much around communication and dealing with things that have got other people involved there. You've got 1 as a singular, that would be you. You've got 2 as somebody else, and then 3 moves that onto a step further there, or brings another one in for success there. So other symbols and signs that you might get, something that's really, really good to get is like grab a book, any book, and just open the book at any page. And you'll see things, you'll read things, maybe it's a paragraph or a sentence, and you'll read things and it would just be like, that's the sign I was looking for. That's the message I was looking for. And that's a really, really good thing to do. I used to do that on my TikTok randomly, and I haven't done it for ages, so I might start doing that again. But as well as picking your normal tarot cards and your normal angel cards, but going into a book and just opening it, and you'll find something in that really resonates with you, that really connects around you. See what Polly's right. I'd like to get my eyes done this year, I really would. I don't know if I'm brave enough. I'm getting numbers all the time and signs. My dreams are weird, but that's nothing new. Well, Paul, you're a Scorpio, and it's a Scorpio moon today, so you're look out for your dreams, particularly tonight or last night, particularly. Yeah. Do you know I've had this reoccurring dream forever. I don't know what I did in my hair then. Had this reoccurring dream forever where whatever boyfriend I'm with, and I've only had a few, so it's not been a lot, but I always dream that I've got back with my old one, and then there's this massive fear of, oh my God, I thought I was all right, I thought I was happy, how come I've gone back? What am I going to do about this one? And then when I wake up and I see the one that I'm with in bed with me, I'm like, oh, thank God for that. And I've had that reoccurring dream. So for every single new relationship I've had, but it don't just start at the beginning of a relationship. I still get it now. I still have that feeling now. So I need to work on that a little bit. I've got a rough idea what that is. But reoccurring dreams are definitely, and reoccurring numbers and reoccurring messages are definitely a big wake up, a big shout out there. Stacey, get them done. My cousin did, and it was great success. Oh, the eyes. Yeah, I know. Penny, just a bit. So, there was something else I wanted to talk about with signs, and I've completely forgotten it was, and now I've forgotten what it was, and now the time is ticking on. So I'm just going to pull a little tarot message for you all, but I hope that you found some of that interesting. But while you are all waking up, have a look at what is being shown around you. Have a look at those symbols, those signs. Take a little walk down nature. Have a little walk in the woods or down by the sea. And have a look at the shapes. Have a look at the signs. You know, try not to be overly looking. Try to do it in a more natural way. Otherwise, you'll see a symbol and sign in absolute everything. And there is a symbol and sign in everything. But you can go over the top with it. Like everything, it's about balance, and it's far better to do things naturally there. But do get a dream journal or try lucid dreaming. Try to feel that dream. I'll tell you something else about a dream as well. Look in your dream at what was really significant, all right? It might not be what you think, and your significant part of the dream is the part that you really need to listen to. So, for example, I had a dream years ago about my nan and granddad. They were in the spirit world, and they came into the shop that I got, and there was this tablecloth, and there was all this stuff happening. But what was really significant was the tablecloth. So I was like, why am I really drawn to the tablecloth? So I literally went in and I was the tablecloth. I became the tablecloth, and I got a whole new message, I had a dream recently, I can't remember what it was, but there was different objects. And I was like, oh, those objects are interesting. I wonder what they mean. So I literally went in and became the object. And again, I got a whole different message. So sometimes it's not as clear as what you think. Those objects and those little signs, little things in the dream could be something big. So go in and really have a look. Think about, you know, all the little odd bits that might pop up there. Okay, so I will post on my YouTube channel. Richard on SPTV has my moon and tarot cards for you already, so that will be live on his show today, but I will post it on my YouTube channel and in my group and wherever else whenever I get time today. It's busy. It's really busy at the moment. It's flipping really hectic. I had a mental week last week, and then I had some amazing things pop up over the weekend with opportunities. So I spoke to a couple. I've said this on here. I'll post it on here. There's a new building that we're going to be connected to. It's in Cosham High Street, and it's large. It's long, and we are kind of mini partnering up with them. We're going to be having monthly mini fairs there. So that's really good for Cosham, because we've been trying to get a local base. All of our Mind Body Spirit fairs are usually Southampton way, so to have this right on our doorstep is going to be really good. You're only going to get like 15-20 stalls, maybe 15-20, so it's not going to be huge, but it means that we can just reach out to local communities there. We're also going to be doing some of our demonstrations there and some other little bits and pieces there for the communities. It's going to be a bit of a community, well, it's a community hub that's opening up. So that's really exciting, because it's a pain in the arse having to move all the tables and chairs at the lounge every time we want to do an event. So just being able to go across the road and do it in the larger venue is much easier for us. The other opportunities that popped up over the weekend, I'll share later, but it's working with some other people, which is always good. Always good. Okay, so we also, if anyone's interested in trance, then Colin is now putting on a trance workshop in March the 5th, I think, and he has a trance demonstration on March the 10th. I've put the lounge's address, but it could be into the new venue there. So if you're interested in trance things, basically when Colin does the trance demonstration, it's a chance for you to ask his contact. He usually brings through Samuel. There could be a couple of others. I know there's a couple who've been trying to pop it in there. And you get a chance to ask that spirit person information. What happens when you die? What's going on with the world at the moment? What is this? What is that? La la la. There could, you know, a million. If you could ask a dead person a million questions, what would you ask? That's the basic. That's the chance of it. So when he goes into his trance, he works very much on the philosophy side of things. Now it is only this contact's personal point of view. It's not to say that it's dead set. It's not to say that it's everyone's point of view. It's just his own experiences, this contact's experiences of what the spirit world is like, and what insight he has to give. Now it was really interesting because 5 months before COVID, we didn't even know about it, did we? Didn't know about it. And he'd done a trance reading for somebody, and they, as a one-to-one, and they messaged me back in the June, I think, of the first year of COVID, and said they'd listened back to their reading, and Colin in trance had literally said, your world is about to change, among other things, which all connected to there being like a pandemic of some kind. Now this would have been like in the September, October. We had no idea, but the spirit world know. Then when we did a trance demonstration, and it was after COVID, literally just after COVID, and I think someone had asked what the fuck was COVID all about, and he said, I remember him saying, like, if you think that was bad, wait till you see what's coming. And it wasn't quite as harsh as that, but that's the little bit that I took out of it, because I was like, oh my God, we're going to have it even more. And obviously we had the war in Ukraine, we had the cost of living, you know, things aren't the same pre-COVID. Things are not the same pre-COVID, and not for the better either. So there's interesting things that they, you know, the spirit world know. There's interesting things that they know about that he will give some insight as that if the right questions are being asked. So it's a very, very interesting evening. So if you want to come along to that, it is pre-book only. You can't get tickets on the door. So just message me if you want to be involved in that. Or if you want to learn about trance, if you want to learn about the mechanics of how it all works, and etc., then you can go along to his workshop. He is also setting up 2 trance evenings a week, Monday and Tuesday. One is going to be a sitting in the power, literally just building that power, not necessarily for trance or just for trance, but for your mediumship as well. It massively enhances mediumship. But also he is going to be doing a trance circle where you will sit, and people will take turns sit in the energy for overshadowing and everything else there. That there's the build up towards that. So some great stuff coming up there on the mediumship side of things. If you're interested, just message me. If you've left a message there, then I will come in there. I'll try to come. Penny there. Da, da, da. Where do you live, Kate? I live in Portsmouth, Erin. I'm a Pompey girl. But obviously everything can be done on Zoom now, so I'm all over the world as well. Anyway, let's get on, because it's now 20 to 10 and I've got to get going. So let's get on with your little message. Just a couple of things. I've gone on about Cole, haven't I? A couple of things from me. I had people ask me about the tarot course. So there is a tarot course which is already set up online. If you want to learn the tarot from scratch, it's an online course that you can do yourself at your own pace. It's all pre-recorded. It's all modules that I've set up, each separately, as well as getting the workbook and the file. So that is available. At the moment, there's not a beginner's live course. There is a intermediate, so the next steps, which is what we're doing right now. We're sort of quarter way through that, to learn what card combinations are, what it means for symbols of all the different cards, numerology in the cards, and astrology with the cards. It's taken the tarot to the next step. What it means if you get 2 kings, 3 queens, 2 aces. It's literally taking what you know to the next step. And then the reverse tarot will be a little bit later on in the year there. Also got the chakra meditation course. Now that was due to start this Thursday, but I'm just chock-a-block, so I'm postponing it, and it might end up being on a Tuesday in March. We could start that. So that basically is how to help yourself heal. So all your blocks, and it's going to be on Zoom as well. So if you can't make it to Portsmouth, then it will be on Zoom at the same time. Because I've got some American people joining, so it's got to be on Zoom. But it's basically giving you the tools to learn how to heal yourself. Blocks, emotional stuff from the past, things that are going to help you heal, things things that are going to help you move forward, going through all your chakras and looking at emotional situations that are making you physically ill now. So eyesight, if you can't see, that's one thing. Backache, loads of different things, knee ache, breaking your hip, whatever it is, they're all connected to an emotional issue. So it's a fabulous course. It's 10 weeks. If you want to know more details on that, we're moving the date to Tuesday. It's probably going to start in March, but I'll let you know, or just message me there. Anyway, okay, let's get going. Okay, this is your message for today. It's the 4, you can take it for today, you can take it for the week, 4 of Pentacles there. Now this is about just holding fire a minute. It's a stuck card. So it's several messages within this. Take the ones that are relevant to you. The first one is it being stuck. You might feel that you are stuck. You might feel that you want to do this or do that, but you're stuck and you're holding yourself back. There could be a reason that you're blocking your heart chakra, a reason that you're blocking yourself. Perhaps you don't have confidence in something, but it's making you feel inflexible and stuck at the moment. So there's a need here for you to kind of just drop your guard a little bit and be more flexible, be more open to situations. Trust yourself, have a bit more confidence. You could be saving up for something, all right? This is a money card, so you could, thanks for the hearts, guys. You could be saving up for something. So you might be saving up for a big purchase, like a car or driving lessons or a house or engagement ring, I don't know. So this card says, while you're saving, still make time for a little bit of fun for you. Try not to block yourself financially and not allow any flow. If you block yourself, whether it's emotionally, financially, materially, mentally, whatever it is, you're not going to let that flow. And to everything to work, you need a flow of energy there. So this card asks you to be a bit flexible with things. You may, if you've been overdoing things, if you've been overspending particularly, you might need to just rein things in a little bit. It could be a little check-in to say rein things in a tiny bit there. So be careful about what's going in, what's going out, but get a balance of your finances, get a balance of your emotions as well there. If you're seeing this card, he's holding it all together, but he can't move, he can't look at everything around him, he can't appreciate all of his achievements because he's so focused on what he's trying to build now. So all right, it's good to build what you want now, but actually relax a little bit, look at how far you've come. It's about being flexible, this card, and having a little bit of a gap to allow that flow of energy in whatever area you could be working towards, okay? Don't be over extravagant. Now might not be the time to spend all your winnings, all your earnings, all your savings, but at the same time, it's also not the time to hold on to it too tight. Enjoy the odd night out as well. Stacey, thanks, Kate. You can relate to that. Perfect. Okay, lovely. Stacey, I'm going to message you with some details to help you with that anger block. Anyway, have a great day, everyone. Thank you for joining me, and I'll be back next Monday. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we'll talk about something next Monday. But also, I'll be in my group on Wednesday. Page Monday, group Wednesday.